there seems to be enough body of evidence to show and suggest that Tai Chi helps on a number of levels in terms of reducing falls, which is definitely a good thing. Yeah. Helps in terms of flexibility, strength, mobility, movement, yeah, blood pressure, sense of well-being. And there's some research to show or suggest that it can increase the bone density as well and slow down the process of the loss of bone density. And so when we have a look in America, there's about something like 10 million people suffer from osteoporosis and another 40 million of low bone density. And there's about 3 million people in the UK suffer from osteoporosis. And so there's a lot of call for help, in terms of our experience with it and what we can do about it. And of course, Tai Chi, like Qigong, works wonders in a whole bunch of different directions. So we have a look, what's going to be useful for us? Dynamic movements to increase the bone density, or the softer, graceful movements? Well, I think it's a mix between the two. Yeah, if you put in the mix between the two, stance training, yeah, bring the energy into it, bring the focus into it, that's going to more likely have an overall benefit to your health and well-being, as well as decrease the chances of falls, increase your mobility and your balance, increase your strength, and decrease our reactions to stress as well. So let's have a look at some of the exercises that we've already got within our system. So the first thing that we come to when we're practicing the Tai Chi is the standing stance. Yeah, the standing stance where your feet can be fairly close together. Now, they don't have to be touching. Yeah, wherever is comfortable for you, whether or not it's hip width, yeah, a little bit more narrow or a little bit more narrow. Yeah, this is a good place for you to start. So go where your natural stances first of all. Yeah. And before you start going into your movements, warming your body up is a good idea. Opening the joints is a good idea. So you can start by the small circling of the wrists. Yeah, small circling of the wrists. And then the elbows. And then the arms. And once you've gone one way, yeah, go the other way. Go the other way. And so when you're making your movements, work in a range of movement that you're comfortable to work in. So if you have any shoulder pain or arm pain, and when you come into bigger circles, it causes you more pain, yeah, then take notes and take care. The other thing is, in terms of your range of movement, if we make a big circle, but this is not where your arm naturally wants to go to, then make a small circle. Yeah. Just get a sense of the joints slowly opening. Now, you don't have to turn your body too much at the moment, but we're just going to mobilize the spine a little bit. So here, turning only like a 10%. This is 12 o'clock on the clock face, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Yes, just turn into 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, not going to 9 or 3 o'clock. So you can make big circles. And you can move quite slowly, first of all. Quite slowly, first of all, so that you're not rushing your joint into a movement where it takes it further than it really wants to go to. If you move really quickly, sometimes we miss the information that the body's given us. And if we move slowly, we can tune into the felt sense of what's going on, being a little bit more mindful of the movement and the range of the movement. But by doing this, it's going to help the mind relax and the body relax. Good. So it's just a little movement. Now, as we turn, just going to bend the knees a little bit. Yeah, not twist the knees, but bend the knees a little bit as you turn. So the knees and the legs are still forwards. Yeah. So you just bend the knees a little bit, but at the same time, turn. Then come back up. And then as you're about to turn on the other side, bend the knees a little bit and then turn the body. Yeah. And then that way, if we're now going to more 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, yeah, bending your knees a little bit, it's going to protect your knees so that you're not twisting your knees as you turn. So bend and then stand up, yeah. Bend and then stand up. Bend, good, and stand up. And you're getting this nice and smooth now, yeah. You can also now sweep your hands side to side. So bend your knees a little bit facing forwards. Sweep your hands side to side like this. That's it. As if you're clearing 2 shelves. Brushing the stuff off the shelves. Brush the stuff off the shelves. At the moment, the body is facing forwards and the knees are slightly bent, so you're strengthening your legs. So this is good. And now you can turn the body slightly. So now, because the hands are turning to the side, we can go to 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Yeah. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Knees are bent at the moment as we're strengthening the legs. If you feel your legs get a bit sore, you can come up a little bit higher. Yeah. And then you can bend the legs again. If you need to come up each time as well, just to give your legs a little bit of a rest, that's okay. You can do that. Always bending the knees a little bit, take your weight. Good. Excellent. And then releasing the hands. And now lifting water. So lift up and then arms down. Yeah. Breathing out on the way down. Breathing in on the way up. Breathe out on the way down. So we're working the legs, the spine, arms, and the shoulders. If your mind starts to drift off into the day or your shopping list or whatever it is, yeah, bring it back to the felt sense of your movement and or the coordination of your breath. Breathing in on the way up, breathing out, mouth gently open with the ha on the way down. Breathing in. Good. Breathing out. Good. And this time, breathe in. Bring the hands in, and then you go into like a pushing mountains. Good. Down. Good. In. Breathe in. Hands come in, and then breathe out. Release. Good. Breathe in, rising up. Hands come in, sinking down. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Breathing in. You got it now. And release. Breathing in. Good. Push your mountains. Release. This time we're going to breathe in and we're going to turn to 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Good. Release the hands. Face the front. Breathe in. Turn to the other side. Bending the legs a little bit so that we're protecting the knees and we can just turn from the waist. We're using the Tai Chi principle of turning from the waist, muscles relax. And then as you come back, releasing to the front. Breathing in, bringing the hands in, pushing to the other side. Good. Release. Breathe in, bring in, push out. Good. Release. Breathe in. If it's comfortable for you, you can turn to 10 o'clock now. Again, Knees facing the front, so we're not twisting the knees as we turn to get the extra rotation. We want to turn from the waist, yeah? So you can feel your waist turn. If your waist turns to 10 o'clock and it's comfortable for you, then turn there. Good, release. Breathe in. Push out to the other side. Release. Breathe in, bring the hands in, push out. Good. Now the hands are just gently relaxed, yeah? Gently relaxed. You put your hand on your head, one hand on your head, yeah? That's it. And then take your hand off your head. It's just like that, without changing the form. It's just like that, yeah? Good. Breathe in, push, release. Good. Breathe in, push, release. Good. Breathe in, push, release. Good. Breathe in, push. So we're just starting to wake the spine up a little bit without turning too much or putting too much pressure on the knees or the spine. Okay, release the hands, just a gentle shake. Good. Gentle shake of the arms. Good. Gentle shake of the body. Excellent. Now let's have the feet about shoulders width apart. And now from here, you're going to shift the weight over onto your left side. Yeah. Pick up the right leg and step the right leg down. Heel first, then the foot. Good. And then shift the weight over onto your right leg. Good. Come up. So you bring your left leg on the toes of your left foot. Yeah. Lift up. Shift down. Heel first. Foot goes down. Yeah. Shift the weight over. Good. Pick the leg up. Heel. Just going about a shoulder's width apart. Move it across. Now, as you move across, sink your weight down. So the legs are bent, sink the weight down. So you're just exercising the leg. Good. So when your toes come to your right foot or your left foot, depending which side you are, your standing leg, yeah, is bent. And then you rise up from the floor. Yeah. Rise up from the floor. If going this deep is too much for your leg, just come up a little bit higher. That will put less intensity on your leg. Yes, but if you can do this standing, that's very good. You can also try and do some of this as you're sitting down as well, shifting the weight. Good. Bringing the weight across, coming up, stepping across. Good. Moving across. All right, so now that we've got this, we're going to move along sideways. So we're going to move the foot close to the other leg, sinking down so that you've got the weight now into both legs, shifting the weight onto your right leg, freeing up your left leg. Pick the left leg up, move it across, heel, and come onto the instep of your left foot as you move across. Yeah. Then roll onto the foot, shifting the weight across, bringing your right leg up, yeah, and then placing your right foot down, knees bent again. Shift the weight onto your right leg, pick the left leg up, stepping out onto the heel on the instep of your left leg. So I'm the same version of you. If you want to go the other way, then that's okay. And now we come back again. We're going to move across to the other side. Shifting the weight. Feet together. Bend. Up. Across. Coming onto the heel. Then the inside of my right foot. Rolling down. Shifting the weight. Bring the other foot across. Up. Down. Across. Good. Come back together. Excellent. And you can do this exercise just moving across the room to strengthen the legs up. And the next movement we're going to do is, rather than bring the leg up and down next to the foot, you're going to bring the leg across the body onto the toes. So this is the unicorn step. Yeah. For this movement, you want to take the weight onto your left leg. Yeah, if you're doing the same as me, if you're doing the mirror version, it would be your right leg. Pick this leg up and place it behind you so that the knee just sits at the top of your calf for a moment, and you're on the toes of your back foot. Yeah, toes of your back foot. The weight now goes onto both legs, but now you're going to transition, you're going to shift the weight onto your right leg and move your left leg across. And then we're going to come back into that shoulders width stance, yes? And we're going to go the other way now. So we've got to shift the weight across, yeah? Bring the leg behind, knee goes into the back of the calf, back of the top of the calf, shifting the weight. I bring the weight now down onto the foot, and now I can step across, yeah? So this is leg going behind in a unicorn step. So let's go one way, yeah, a couple of times, and then we're going to go the other way a couple of times, yeah. So shift the weight down, yeah, across, and then into the goat stance. And again, shift the weight across onto the left leg, foot comes behind, rolling the weight down, disappearing out of the shot now almost, yeah? I'm going to come back the other way, shifting the weight onto my right leg, left leg comes behind onto the toes, heels, moving across into the goat stance, yeah? Right leg, weight, left leg comes up behind onto the toes, shifting the weight onto the whole of the foot now, and then transferring the weight around, good, onto the goat stance. Now, the important thing with these ones is, if going low is too much for the knees and the hips, remember you can do this higher, yeah? So doing it higher, I would just bend a little bit so I can feel the engagement of the muscles in the hips. I can feel the compression of the femur coming slightly into the hip joint, yeah? So from here, then as I move across, I can stay a little bit higher. Means my stance on the unicorn step will be narrower, but that's okay. I can adjust myself here. And if I come across on the stolen step, I can adjust myself. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about going really low. When you see people on the classic Tai Chi pictures, you got people almost doing like the Van Damme splits, yeah? And it looks very impressive. But most people are like, I can't go anywhere near that. Neither would I want to go near that without injuring myself. So maybe I shouldn't do Tai Chi. Now, of course, that'd be silly, because you can do Tai Chi principles without going really low into your stances, yeah? So stay as high as you need to go until you can go a little bit lower and work within your range that's comfortable and safe. Yes. What we're looking to do is increase the strength of the legs, strength of the muscles around the hips, yeah, lower back, spinal rotation, and having an awareness of where we can move to comfortably. Yeah. Doesn't mean that you won't have sensation in the body, it just means that we can work a little bit more comfortably. Okay, so now we're going to have that shoulders width stance again. And then this time we're going to bring the leg up. Yeah, have the leg loose, have the foot loose. Yeah, have the leg loose. So you can just draw like a little circle with your foot one way and a little circle the other way. Yeah, just make sure it's loose, rather than having to point the toe down like we would in the yellow oriole kick. Just have the foot loose. Yes. Then you can shift the weight take a little bit of the weight on the other leg. Heel goes down, inside of the foot, and then roll onto the outside of the foot. So now we're starting to work on the strength and the balance as well, yes? Bring your left foot into the next to the right foot into the cat stance. Lift up the leg, nice loose foot. Yeah, nice loose foot. Take some of the weight onto the other leg if you can. Yeah. Foot goes down, heel. Now remember, you don't have to step out like, whoa, really wide here. Yeah. Where's comfortable for you to put your foot down naturally? Where does that feel you want to put your foot down? Yeah. If here means that you're going to end up falling to the side, don't go so far. Where's comfortable here? Where does the heel want to go down comfortably? Heel, foot, roll, weight now evenly distributed. So this very simple exercise here is going to help work on the strength and the balance. Yeah. Heel, foot, down, shift, up, down, and across. All the time. Relaxed breath, relaxed body, gentle awareness. Good. As you move across, cross your hands. Yeah. As you move across, cross the hands, spread the hands. But we're still going to keep the foot loose and relaxed today rather than foot pointing down. Nice and relaxed. Yeah. Good. Then down. Cross. Hands are just going to cross. Shift the weight. And then up. Nice loose foot. Good. Down. Where's comfortable? Where is your natural place that you want to step? Yeah. My teacher sometimes talked about this bit. It's like, imagine you were putting your foot down on a trapdoor and you hadn't like fully committed to it. Yeah. You're like testing. You're putting your foot down on the trapdoor. It's like, oh no, there's a trapdoor. If I step there, I'm going to fall through it. So you'll be able to move your foot there and bring it back. You could put your foot here and bring it back. You could put your foot behind you and bring it back. Yes. And this will work on your balance and your strength as well. Now remember, if you need help and support, you can always, like Elvis said, grab a wooden chair. Yeah. And you can use that as your help. Yes. Okay, so now we've got the movements, haven't we? We've got the lifting up, coming in, off to the side. Yeah, we've done this. So like lifting water, pushing mountains off to the side. Yeah, and all of this, keeping the knees safe facing forwards. If we're moving across into the unicorn step, yeah, then we're going to the height and the depth that's comfortable for us. It doesn't have to be really low down. But what this is encouraging us to do is take some weight from the toes through the foot to the heel, and the other side of stepping out of the heel inside of the foot is encouraging us to transfer the weight through the ankle and then onto the whole of the foot. So we're building up the strength, not just in the foot muscles, but in the ankle, the leg, the knee, and into the hip as we weight bear as well. Come back into lifting water, pushing mountains, nice and relaxed. Let everything flow now in this. Practicing like your qigong. Just let everything flow. Let your hands flow into cloud hands. Body relaxed, breath relaxed. side to side, side to side. Good. Gather the cosmos. Everything's soft and flowing. Good. And then returning to stillness. Wuji, signal standing. Mind resting at your center. Enjoy the stillness. Gently think of the dantian, rub your palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head.